Good morning. Make sure everything's working here. Oh yes, I cleared my throat. I could hear that. Not what I wanted, but okay. All right, so there's lots of parcels to get moving. Let's see. Looks like Costa del Sol is my next stop. And at some point I should have like a house or something. Got the ability for that, I just haven't done it yet. Good morning, waifu. Gotta get through the throat clearing. That's always something everyone wants to hear. It does. Part of streaming in the morning. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you've come to tell me my daughter's in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Indeed. The Brass Blades of Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes upon the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Oh, wrong voice. Oh well. Consulting Inspector Brereton, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let me see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident you can catch our thief this time around? A man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but one modus operandi, and it's painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its precious owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who would be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Bob, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would be his father, Morgan. The Alto Notal and his wife Suinana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Garagormu himself. Finally, we have Leonhardt, a steward of the Garagormu estate, and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the Phantom Thief lurks amongst them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you're to report back to me at once. Hildebrand Mandeville could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mole away.
The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Brereton. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Mandeville man can. Well then. Yeah.
He does realize there's still a fish in his head, doesn't he?
Good Inspector, I realize we may not have seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case.
Me assist you. You. Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I've a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly. We do not have a luxury of time. All right. Time for some bun fun. You wanted to speak to me, Brereton? You've come. Sorry, wrong word. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? Peter Krolinsk. An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now, answer me this, Peter. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Durilda, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Indeed. We've got an adventure with basically mystery and all kinds of kookiness. This is Final Fantasy XIV. This is the interesting interactions between these characters is quite humorous. Welcome, Chubby Bidoof. We will have a good time today. All right. She was identical. Well, that's an obvious answer. And yet all too many, a certain stylized gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue if it hit them upon the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene reveals a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearance at will. Clearly, our man is no ordinary thief. Magics far outside the grasp of the common folk are at his disposal. This in and of itself gives us insight into his identity and his ways. Bet here, actually? Yeah. For a wild ride with this quest series? Nice. Excellent. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. No. From movements to mannerisms, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda. He was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Pieter. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? Probably the Blessed Blade. Precisely. Clearly, you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, a few in words. Able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize that something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright. Let's get this other thing moving along. Yes, Kitty is like, I'm helping. I'm helping. So we will get this delivery started as well. Do these two concurrently. I tire of the same idyllic sights night after night after night. How long must I wait to see my new beauties take the stage? Here's a letter for you. Titan's Bane, a messenger boy? Is this adventuring life so unprofitable these days? I could always use another strapping lad to swab the decks. You may be a touch overqualified, but the pay is generous, and the location cannot be topped. But I digress. The letter you've brought me is a reply from none other than the esteemed Master Gallineau, whom I have enlisted to train my next generation of artistes. A great honor I bestow upon him, yes? Master Girigerju, while you present a compelling offer, I would rather live out my days in the navel than spend even a moment instructing empty-headed, ample-bosomed strumpets with as much passion and aptitude for dance as a pack of three-legged shrews. It seems the poor misguided fellow values the integrity of his art above coin. But what's this? The letter continues. That said, I know of another whose particular school of dance, though somewhat experimental, may suit your purposes well. What splendid news! The letter neglects to mention his name, but says that he makes his home by Iron Lake in Outer Lunuska. Might you be a good messenger boy and deliver this contract to him? I would have my girls begin their training straight away. Always knew that Brannigan would play Lala? Absolutely. 100%. Once I started getting a feel for like how they behaved, Yeah, Zap Brannigan was a no-brainer. It's like, yep, the guys are all Zap Brannigan. All of them. Alright. Get off this deck. Get some Final Fantasy VI music rolling. And here we found a brass blade of Gerbera. Chance to the anniversary mount? Yes, I have got the anniversary event for the mount. It's fantastic. I recorded it yesterday. The ending is great. I love it. Excellent. You're one of the less competent assistants I've worked with. Sorry, less incompetent assistants I've worked with. Oh, thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the snippers eat. Sorry, I have someone in the way. Before the snippers eat me alive.
Sorry, I'm gonna switch in.
Sorry, dear, your front is quite large. It's difficult to see through it. There. Now, tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you. Sorry, there. Now tell me all that you remember about what happened to you and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Garagamu gave us each our orders, who would be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped of my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gargaromo. Who was to be your charge? My memory is hazy, but... Oh, it was Morgant, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafelangent from Limsa. Yaltonoto. I'm trying your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? When I think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lewenhart. I was to review with him the scheduled events and discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Yaltonoto, and Lewenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Yeah, I would have this be my only mount, if only for the music. But, yeah, there's some good stuff as well. Some other really good mounts as well that I've been able to pick up. Hold on. There we go.
Ah, there you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did you and your Respector Briardin's avenue of inquiry bear fruit?
Few mounts that are throwbacks to older Final Fantasy games. Yep, love the nostalgia stuff. I appreciate that they're not just doing nostalgia, but yeah, I do enjoy the nostalgia stuff.
Morgant, the Altonalto, and the Stuart Leonhardt, you say? That does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered all of them exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildebrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The Inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under the canopy, over there. Just you wait, friend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are.
Okay. Why did we go to him? I just go with it. Apparently Pieter just likes to cause chaos.
Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case and our very lives in danger.
I'm giving away spoilers, but I will say the callbacks to older Final Fantasies are used in ways that make sense to the story. Nice. Well, they did set it up because there's a whole lot of creatures that are like tied to nature in the Final Fantasy series, and so the setup does indicate. The setup does lend itself well to them fitting in.
I have no fear. Have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record every word as I employ the time-honored act of parley, handed down from Mandeville men of ages past, to reveal our foe.
I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word.
Capital. That is why you're my favorite assistant, Nashua. Now, behold, as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Demise? Whatever. Good evening, Master Garagaromo. And a fine evening it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella.
What is this nonsense? Arabella's my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards? Guards! How old your chocobos, Garagarumu? I recognize this lad. This is Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Ivan? The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Surely she's worthy of me after all.
He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an event. Fashion-challenged youth. How suspicious.
He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you.
Eh?
That's me, Van, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly, his father's son.
A worthy heir to the Brugere Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Family, I should say. Which reminds me, Master Vance, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent months ago. It's not left her neck since the day.
Oh, that little trinket. 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Mandeville act of parley. We'd be sleeping with the fishes now, had Morgan not spoke up in your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural.
Let's not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach.
Hey there, CJ, how you doing?
Yes, but everything is proceeding along with my master plan.
Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
I shall only to earn the trust of the families before confronting the also Noto and Luinart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend.
Yeah, so far this whole shtick has been quite humorous.
I've not seen your faces around here. We're the East Aldenard Trading Company, are ye? Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. Keeps getting more ridiculous as the expansions go on. Nice.
Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana here is no slouch herself.
But like me, she's getting on in her years. No offense intended, my dear. But where are me manners? Yalto Nalto, the Brigadier Consortium, and this is me wife, Sainana. I look forward to my many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and the years to come. And I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the whatever. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. Mandragoras, thank you. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make salad out of... You have heard of the mandragoras, haven't you?
But of course, I once spent a year honing body and mind with the fist of Ralgr. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra a day.
And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Saitana. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads.
Criminy. None of these were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces has the last laugh. Where there's a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm.
Oh, you speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Brereton will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses.
Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Lewarnhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Brereton will be back before long. Come, Nashu. There's no time for delay.
I'm heading the wrong direction. All right, let's head this a ways. I suppose I could just do this, huh? Okay, it's on this side. Aha! If there's any way to go back and watch the pre-ARR version of this quest line, find out how he became the zombie gentleman, that'd be great.
Crates must contain the foodstuffs of which Master Llewellyn spoke. At a glance, they do not appear particularly suspicious, but our investigation must not be deterred.
Yeah, hopefully they will let us know at some future expansion how he ended up the zombie gentleman. It seems like the explanation was just that he got hit too hard.
Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Llewellyn spoke true. He gads. Those explosives I spy concealed among these coconuts. Perhaps I spoke in haste. It appears we found our phantom thief after all.
Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts are looking awfully lonely. I think he crashed into the moon trying to stop it. That's the best I gathered. Yeah, that seemed to be what they were talking about.
Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies. What in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations into an investigation?
Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does that mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either?
Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, let the driftwood down over there, and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant that you are.
So driftwood's important, probably?
I say, we are most unfortunate that confounding Inspector Bearden's otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise.
Exactly. Oh, confounding Inspector Bearden explode in a fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Oh. Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone is returning at the absolute worst possible time. You two are supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Bearden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire.
Pieter and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth at this beach. You two just get out of here. Be quick about it.
Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Bearden has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry.
Quest complete. All right. I almost told you coffee was ready, like as I was looking at your coffee cup. My observation skills are top-notch. Inspector Bearden will share with you his latest findings. So Hildebrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. 1.0, the gist of Hildebrand got a hold of the final boss's weapon and accidentally triggered it near the pile of gunpowder, sending him flying and people thinking he was dead. He was found alive in a coffin by the zombies, and well, you know the rest. Nice. Your Churchill impression is also top-notch. Thank you. Thank you. He's a little less slurry than Churchill, because I'm also using Churchill for the fish people. Sagahin. So yes, he's a little less slurry than Churchill, but I appreciate you recognizing that is where it started. Indeed. But enough about Hildebrand. Pieter and I have been wanting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. And yes, that spot just over there by the crates would suffice. Then little did you get Churchill. Right, exactly. There, of all places, but surely we could find some more scenic. I am not here on vacation. I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hells. Don't worry, Pieter. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs.
No.
Over here ruining my white boots. He's gonna sit on the crate of bombs. Dude. And here we have Chekhov's gun. Like, this stick will be important later. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm.
No.
I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked our quarry, I have identified... Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the three individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgan, Yaltonalto, and Leonhardt. The three of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Ahem. Are you two listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. Look. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing up. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Oh, but there's no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire.
Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling in these barren shores is infinitesimal.
Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person.
Eh? There's no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I cannot fathom a series of events that would lead to such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip upon that fiery torch.
Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Whee, it's flying. What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Oh, surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards. See, doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Oh, 2 more pages. Oh. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last, and not the lapis maiden alone who shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges. There can be no doubt as to the sender. What is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page... Confounding Inspector Brereton will meet a fiery demise. Huh? She's pushing him into the bomb. And of course it's gonna fall over and hit the bombs, of course. Oh, yes. Quite slapstick. But of course. You saw through the fiend's ruse. But how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? A little behind-the-scenes info. The team used this quest series to play with and develop the facial animation systems. Understandable. They do really stretch the limits. I'm ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Hildebrand Mandeville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt upon my life?
I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive.
Excellent. I would have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm.
Vigilance. Yes, vigilance is the order of the day.
And what in the name of the gods does thief? These vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined. Ruined! Agent of inquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in gaol. Are coconuts vegetables? Oh well. Oh wow, we've got golden hour for this scene. Actually, this would be sunrise. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Bless you. Fear not. The fiend's artless attempts upon my life have been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Gerargumu bids that the damaged ingredients will be replaced with all speed. Good gods, this is no thief, it's a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear this will prove to be a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I've heard of that failed band. Tell me, what manner of vegetable
Into the den of those overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back.
I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the gerbera proved unable to resist them.
Oh, a formidable foe indeed. Only that a brave soul in our midst, with a warrant for taking on fearsome enemies, with not a shred of concern for his own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner.
You're truly a godsend adventurer. One Semnihal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Gerargumu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're our only hope.
A gentleman would never let his comrade face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together.
Where are we heading? Oh, we're going to Limsa. That's right. Sorry, just figuring out where I'm going.
This ferry's bound for Limsa. Coming along?
Yep. Circles. You're going in circles. Yes, that's how MMORPGs work, isn't it? Isn't that like the entire thing? Part of what I like about this is there's less just absolute nonsense circles to go in. Okay. Which one of these is not something I haven't selected? Fruits are not going to deliver themselves 10 feet away. Exactly. Yeah, here we are. Sundamal.
If you've come from the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late. As were we, blast it all. To hear poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check of the shipment of vegetables that did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Alaport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you have a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to a sad tale. Ah, it's the thrill of the chase. Is it not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by a fisherman's bottom will carry us to Alaport. Let us be swiftly on our way.
Alright, let's see if we can pick up another delivery. Post move rule. Eyes his letter stack, visibly trembling.
Well, if it isn't my most accomplished assistant, you truly could not have come at a better time. I just have the perfect assignment for you. This parcel here must be delivered to one Marset, a naturalist doing research in fauna and Dustain's spire in the central shroud. Brains, beauty, grace, why, I envy you for being able to bask in her brilliance. Sadly, my supervisory duties demand that I remain on this spot. Anyhow, you might want to hurry with that package, and try not to mind the smell, Kupo.
I'm sorry, what? Alright.
To Alaport.
Isn't it Aleport?
Yeah, Alaport.
Going to Alaport, are you coming with us?
The tiny trader.
Hey, don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a mysterious, murderous eggplant, or something like that. Think I jest, do you? You'd be singing a different tune if I shot a tomato juice took out your eye, as it did mine. My eye! And by the time I'd regained my wits, they'd already set sail on me ship. And me livelihood, I'm ruined. Ruined! And if I ever see another bleeding onion to the end of my days, it'll be too soon.
I'm sure would ask you to save the realm from a vegetal scourge.
You hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot of right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronds from their larders and tables is but the beginning, the bulbous blackguards of a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes a veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist.
Okay, sorry.
This muscle-bound fellow with a dim expression, I could swear I've seen his face around somewhere before. Bugger me if it isn't the undead overlord who fancies himself the gentleman inspector. Which would make you, aye, could it be, the adventurer what bested the thieving duelist in single combat?
Sure.
Well, bugger me and call me Inspector. Tell me, is it true that duelists traveled with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? I mean, a chicken that's painted green could potentially be called a demon bird. That's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. That's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud. And I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragores are planning themselves a whole army of their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'll be doing the whole realm a favor if you go there and uproot them before the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day. I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This could prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra. Enkidu implying he's not naturally green. He specifically said that... I'm pretty sure he specifically said he was painted green. I'm at least 5% sure. All right, let's get this other one here while we're here.
I've been expecting you, Sign of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation.
My Enkidu minion is definitely naturally green. It's very nice.
The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return.
So, in the middle of this silly mission, let's actually, prevent some horrible fate to befall all of us, shall we? Folk Brita is growing ever more agitated by the minute.
As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. It is not too much to ask. I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion. If they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture.
All right. Wow. There's lots going on over here. So let's start taking care of this over here. And I mean, I guess while we're here, we'll run some Sagi and Beast Tribe missions. Oh, dang, nope. All right. Alright, let's get off the chocobo and figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do right here. Find a wounded storm private. I really don't have time for a fate right now. There he is. Help, somebody. Of all times to forget their restorative. I have this for you. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Weavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue, I'm certain of it. Hold up really quick. Let me get some water. Be right back.
right. Let's go save these men, shall we? I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them. I beg you. You know what? I'd probably go around. Hey, there it is. Ooh, soldiers' corpses. That's not good. I think a hostile presence. And we'll recover some corpses. While we're here, let's run a couple beast missions. Standard procedure.
Shush. The coral tridents have erected battle standards mere paces from the tide gates. It seems dangerous to me to let them so provoke the soldiers who man the walls. I know the Clutchfather Council's discussion over destruction, but unlike my spawn brother Pule, I do not think the Tridents would respond so well to a polite request. I believe a small act of vandalism is in order. Take these flint stones and strike sparks into the war banners. They should burn nicely.
Time for killer strategy.
Fish. Matters have taken a turn for the worse, Shorewalker. The Coral Tridents have secured the services of Royal of Starkskin, a Sargi known for his tactical brilliance. The only reason they would employ the strategist of this caliber would be to plan a major assault on the Shorewalker position. Fortunately, such schemes are easily disputed. Slave all in their ambitious attack is destined to fail. The tactician should be in possession of a coral armband, a physical symbol of the new allegiance. Bring the bracelet to me, and I shall know you've succeeded in your task. The north and south tide gates. If my kin ever hope to expand their hold on this land, they will need to bring those towering walls crashing down. This is, in fact, the first and most crucial objective for the Coral Tridents. Thus, they have developed a new kind of, what is the Shorewalker word? Ballista. They are giant shellfish that subdue their prey with shocking bolts of electricity. Energy, I should say. And the Tridents have used foul sorcery to wrap these creatures into devastating siege weapons. They've already transported a number of these weapons to the land base and plan to commence a large, full-scale assault. forces. We must destroy these ballistas before they are put into position. Naturally, the Tridents will not easily surrender the new toys. Do what you must, but we cannot allow them to realize their short-sighted ambition.
All right. So we'll grab all these and then continue with what we were doing. Good old-fashioned beast missions. Set fire to these standards. What was the other standard? Pretty sure I saw it. I mean, is that not it? That looks like it. Fine. Sure, let's attack this guy. Not what I was trying to do at all, but okay. Okay, well, if that's not the standard, then whatever. Let's attack these things then. I'm just trying to destroy your ballista, bro. We don't have to make this into a thing. So the other standard's over here. I was misinterpreting what that was showing me. Got it. Set this other standard on fire.
Well done, Shorewalker. A simple act to be sure, but you've struck a subtle blow for our cause. My Dutch mates think me hot-headed, and Dutch Father Nov often scolds me for my temper. But the direct approach is the only approach when it comes to the Coral Tridents. And do not forget, all we do to prevent greater conflict with your Finnish peoples. Fine work, Finnish one. The Tide Gates are safe from the Tridents for the time being. Those foolish warmongers understand not what they seek to destroy. With those barriers in place, neither side can commit their full forces, leaving us free to complete the cultivation of our spawning grounds. Progress toward peace will come at a trickle, not a sudden flood. For now, we must preserve anything that keeps our peoples at a comfortable distance.
All right. Go ahead and deliver these corpses. Corpse delivery. Actually, let's do this thing over here. Then we'll do the corpse delivery. Alright. So what am I doing? You know what? Whatever. We'll attack this guy. End this and actually see what's behind it, because that's the problem. Is I'm supposed to do something here and I can't see what. This dude's in the way. Behind here? No. What am I supposed to do here? Oh. Okay. I have accomplished what I needed to accomplish here. So I can return it. The mission was, do this fate. That was the mission. Slave all and bring me the armband he wears. Yep, that's what I did. Ha ha! There are patches of scarlet on his braces, Shorewalker. I hope it's his Vol's blood and not your own. With the loss of their tactician, the Coral Tridents will have no choice but to rethink their attack plans. I am impressed. What you lack in fins, you make up in courage. Mender, there it is. Sea Beast Tamer? Not important enough yet. Vendor, that's what I wanted. Yep, none of that's anything I need. Alright. That was just something to do while I was here. Build my reputation a little bit by bit. You've returned to thank the Navigator. When I learned you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you'd meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? They have your corpses for you. Dear gods. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what might have become of the two who remained unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Elfrida awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. Thrice-damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. I mean, not all of them, right? Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetheret in the depths of Sapsa. If we were to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheret and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstroms shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defense effort. Pietro and Ishtala, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwanted attention. No. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure the many Sahagin out as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Ishtala and Pietra. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheret, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle. When last did we fight side by side, Pieter? Too long ago, I'll warrant. But come, let us away. Look away, look away, look away, look away. We'll get as much of this taken care of as I can. You might call this cheating. What, I'm flying over there in my unicorn. With a reverse checkpoint and defeat any following the field. Mission accomplished.
You shall not.
You know what? I don't think I've actually checked on my companion in a minute. Okay. With your second checkpoint, and slaying is out deemed at a theater. Done, Chocobro. And my Chocobo Valkyrie, because I realized far too late that he wasn't free. Uh-oh. What's up, Ishtala? Within Quest. That's a good one. Yeah. My alternate has Sir Walks a lot. Bless you. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas a glancing blow. Come, the Aetherite is close at hand. Let us press on. Meow, says Kitty. So CJ, if you want, you can help me take on Leviathan, and you as well, Chubby Bidoof.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Kind of sucks. Ooh.
Did I miss much?
Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so she doesn't work. Awesome. This is a new friend we have acquired. At the end of the Realm of Blind's main quest.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans.
That's a good
But
idea.
seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Yep. I don't know, that seems pretty elegant there, bro. Oh, she's impressed.
To the Aetherite!
I do not know any mechanics for Leviathan. I know nothing about anything. I'm going in completely blind. I know nothing about anything. I'm using Google as little as humanly possible. I'm going by what people that are joining me tell me. That's pretty much it. Final Fantasy with zero research makes the game way harder. And see, I'm tempted to play as a rogue with him a little bit to get to where I can use guns.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorewalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Yep. Suddenly all
I know
these
this
people
sensation.
have a headache.
It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Well, that's unfortunate.
7 hells.
Magic doesn't target the tail. Effectively, the back only target the head and adds. Okay.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal!
What's that? Indeed.
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance.
I'll also mainly be healing.
I beseech you, come forth!
That's my focus. Heal, 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 heal. Attack once or twice. Heal, heal, heal,
Die,
heal, heal.
damn you!
Nice. I mean, the solution is just kill everything. Yeah, exactly.
Foolish Shorewalker! You cannot kill
I'll
that
be throwing
which
some
is
dots and stuff.
eternal!
Yep. Don't hit the tail, you'll be fine. Excellent. A tank for Leviathan. CJ, you want to run tank or DPS?
Heavens forfend.
Chubby's offering tank.
Damn it all!
Oh, you can DPS as well. 8-man. Oh, cool.
My being am the way.
There'll be 2 tanks to run whatever.
Right be infinite.
Well, then everyone do what you want to do, and we'll play this and have a good time.
Am I not
It's 8.
immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Join however you will, guys. We'll have a good old time. Should we use Duty Finder or Friend Finder? Or Party Finder? Sorry.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship.
Duty wants to have our party.
Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Create a private one? Alright. That'll work.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Yep, that'd be bad. One of the things Leviathan can do. Tsunamis are extraordinarily destructive. So yeah, that'd be pretty awful. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seems in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Four, three, two, one. Okay. Whatever. Excellent. Time to fillet some fish. Nice. Marwub is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. As long as Leviathan remains in the open seas, he's effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none. Of that you may be sure. The Limalayan herself would struggle to meet the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, we'd make meat and matchwood of us. I'm in the class I want to take. I am not yet available for a lot of Leviathan. Let me get to there. We're not there just yet. We need another plan. Not much just plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. So we can't do this yet? Sorry, guys. I thought we were right about to do Leviathan, since we were right there at the Etheric Crystal, and there's no reason to delay. But the game is like, lol, psych. Alright. Let me go do these two things really quick, and then we'll go to Limsa Laminsa and hopefully start the thing. Literally doing nothing today since my car was hit and run last night. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. Mandragora Bud. Well, I'm glad we're all getting to hang out. It sucks your car was hit and run, though. Feel a hostile gaze upon you. Doesn't suck as the drunk girl they took in cuffs as much as the drunk girl they took in cuffs. Gonna take A to breakfast and buy a new washer at some point. I'm in no hurry. Cool, cool, cool. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Okay. And praying mantis. I love the puns of this game. This game has puns everywhere. It's great.
Love it.
It's amazing. You feel a hostile gaze
They
upon you.
wanted us to laugh at every turn, yeah.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job. It's awesome. I'm probably going to try to get right before Leviathan. Fate and Custody of Saul, there's a reference to a House TV show. Yes, Anna noticed and appreciated.
I appreciated what?
The reference to House, it's not Lupus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Friend,
I got
my
that.
pursuit of the Mangadores have left me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here. Somewhere.
Not Lupus. Got a giant cry named Cancer. Yep. Commence the Mandragora. You know, let me take a break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So 90 seconds. I'll be right back.
I can't help but laugh at that guy's legs in the air.
Yes, that's the idea. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't do it right. So, can I do this Mandragora's mission with you guys, or do I need to get out of the party to do that? Don't need to leave the party? Okay. So it's a face. Got it. Weakness in the realm following the calamity. 5 rogue vegetables, technically 4 of them. Risen up to rid the land of all meat. Pull up the mental doors before the verdant surface. Cool. After I cast that, I fell asleep. Number 4. Chocobro. Very good. Too. Oh, now we're vulnerable, huh? Okay, we got the Mandragoras. He reclaimed the stolen food from the Mandragoras. Woot woot. And then I guess... that's that, huh? Alright. So now I gotta figure out where am I going. I really would like to continue what we were doing. Okay. Yeah, I want to do Leviathan. Let's move toward Leviathan. Since we got all these people in a party, it would be kind of silly to do everything but Leviathan. It's like, let's get in a party to do Leviathan. And then I didn't. Darn, I really thought we were just about to go do Leviathan. Do all the things. That's absolutely my style of play. Some people that have been watching me get very frustrated because, yeah, I'm playing the game very ADHD style. It's like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? I'm bouncing all over the place. They're expected in the command room. Pray, do not keep the Admiral waiting. Yes, let us continue. It's good that I focused on like only certain jobs because I would literally be doing every job.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Nocia.
Reason why I created
Hearthstone
all of
was
them.
called.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do everything with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all separate.
Yep.
Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage.
Woot woot, Company of Heroes. Literally doing all the relic quests for every job right now, so I get it. Yeah, exactly. I had to keep myself from doing that because I know that that's what I'm like. I know I will do that.
But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Of course.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood.
You know, I'm actually friends with them, but okay, whatever.
Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that seed... That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
One thing that frustrates me a great deal about the PlayStation 5 is if I ever accidentally touch the top area of the controller, ever, for any reason, it skips ahead in the scene. And it's like, I missed whatever they just said.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
Indeed, you're right, Chubby. Thank you very much for the reminder. I appreciate that, Chubby. I haven't hit one where I missed something really important yet, but that is true. You can go back and watch cutscenes if you missed something.
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
This guy's got a cool voice.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Indeed he did.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works.
Indeed.
Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another.
Mm-hmm.
In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
And can it survive the onslaught of the weekend attacks is the real question.
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Indeed.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well.
I like that this is taking place as it's raining. That's cool.
Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Go. What's up, Gary? Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess to them that I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Okay, I'm pretty sure this lady is a dragon folk, so let me see, what voice did I give the dragon folk? I've forgotten because I almost never see them. Oh, goodness. All right. Now that I've come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear themselves. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best to be delivered at once. I'm listening. First you meet in the story? Yep, sounds about right. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. I've met a couple in my White Mage quest that I've given that voice to, but yeah, she's the first of those specific kind of people. Kind of a sneak peek at the Aura. Nice. From the company of heroes. The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any... Wrong voice. I'm disinclined to put any store by this claim. Even should it be true. It is as Ishtala said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, how could he tell us that which we do not know already? And yet, Having wagered limited survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report of this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Pieter, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning of idleness. For the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanaska. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Man, how foolish was I to think we were about to fight Leviathan. We're going to have another half a day before I do this. Alright. Where is this? Lower Lanaska. Okay. Okay, I'm getting close. I mean, it certainly indicated that I was, and then it was like, psych, you just thought you were about to do it. JK, LOL. Okay. Meanwhile, my cat is very upset that I'm not paying attention to him. He's like, excuse me, you've forgotten that I exist. Hello? Making an attempt to play with you. So, it just so happens that my retainer is named Smokey the Gamer Cat. Meow! Now look here, you. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. Not only that, my alt is named Samoke. So, yeah. Smokey is definitely playing in this game, just not right now. But, sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Man, that outfit does not leave much to the imagination, does it? Gosh, man, I worked 3 straight days without a wink of sleep. 3 days. You hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. All right, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said old Trachtum ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, that's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can. Armor's protective, but subligars are forever, indeed. Ahem. The tale of Trachtum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now, Leviabetus is huge, make no mistake. And I'll give you an idea how big. Each of his scales is about wide enough as me members long. Good Lord. And that's not mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hand at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. Well, what happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots.
But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic.
His name is Wilford Brimley, and he has Leviabetus. Yes, indeed.
Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some who say you can't truly beat Leviabetus. That you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not in the company, though.
Weren't you the guy who was pretending to beat Leviathan, Titan? Yeah, the other big thing.
Why, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes, and I'm no marauder, and I'm actually just a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dog. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo Dog. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. My member's tiny. It's pathetic.
Why are you telling us this?
I sure as hell didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back, when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering around the harbor, when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent came miles off the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it. Cannons firing, and, well, I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right there and then. Yeah, that's why I have to wear these subletons now. What? Oh, God, just remembering the day that made me soil myself all over again.
Oh, dear.
Hey, wait. If you're here asking for Leviabetus, that means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Blah.
Why, you worthless lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo Dog.
I recognize this.
Yes, you do. When you fight Titan, he tells you he beat Titan also. He's wearing the pen cigars.
Peter, this is Menphilia. Were you able to learn aught of the abuse against Leviathan?
I beg your pardon, Leviabetus?
I see. Well, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morby dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able.
Okay.
This game.
All right. So I have several friends who play this game, and they have told me that this game doesn't really get good until you've beaten the main plot of A Realm Reborn. And man, it has gotten at least an order of magnitude sillier since then. And this Chocobo is just barely holding on. He's trying. Apparently my Viera is a little bit too heavy.
And told your John to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us.
You haven't seen anything until the squirrel gag starts? Nice.
The twin vessel, the Horror Eater, the Whirl Eater, I call her, is complete. And she surpasses all of my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonsilage, she's been filled with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate.
Yeah, never, ever, ever, ever call a ship unsinkable, ever. Especially when fighting against the sea demon. What is your problem, man?
The War Leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we'll bear you to Leviathan.
Enzar stands ready to send you off to your encounter with the Lord of the World.
Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Nalig and Vilamiles are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, I'll use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind.
It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Tancred and Ishla, I have you to assist in this effort. It is to fulfill its purpose your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade.
You would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Tancred and Ishtala, I would have you join the Third Levy and Lady Agiri the Fifth. But what words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light.
I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few of mine own. Know that we have all the utmost faith in you, Pieter. May the crystal bless you and keep you.
Do.
The Whirl Eater heart is now accessible. Now have a new regular duty. I believe you can sign me up now. Pull the lever, Crunk. Nice. Wrong lever. Good stuff.
Huh?
Someone said pull the lever, Crunk.
Oh, yes.
I'm finally good. Average wait time less than 5 minutes. Kitty, stop being so distracted.
Hello there, kitty. You are indeed a cat, aren't you? Mr. Meow Meow. All right. Oh, that's Griffin.
All right. Well, I'll wait for that to go on. Is there anything else I can do? I think there's stuff I can do in East Lanaska. Oh dear. Unfortunately, it totally slaughtered. Yes. Totally slaughtered your macro. Sadly. Maybe it would work better in the Discord. Not Discord. I mean, probably Discord. But in Twitch. It's supposed to be an ASC2 of a cat. Okay, taking care not to get into a duty so I can't do this duty. Let's see what all I can accomplish on this front. Sanctuary. Alright, yeah. Don't want to do that one. What else can I do? What else can I do? Going as a nin. That's what I'm currently farming Atma from Fates as. Nice. What's a nin? Ah, well, let me look. Okay. All right, Google. What the heck's a nin? Hey, let's roll. Ninja. Yeah. Makes sense. All right, and we do go through all the cutscenes. Open fire. Right now. This should be easy.
Okay, let's try not to die.
Music. Glowing eyes. I love it. You're fighting a sea monster that controls the water. I'm just on the regen duty.
You get regen, you get regen, and you get regen.
One of these days I'll get that regen for everyone, but
Not today.
everyone stays topped off. Elemental converter is now operational. too early. Whoops. Is now operational. Barely too late that time. You think I'd be good with things, right? I'm just healing everyone. That's all I'm here for. And you get regen, and you get regen. Keepers, it will sure be a lot easier whenever I'm not having to do this for everybody. There we go. I appreciate the music. What can I say? Except you're welcome. Well done, Susan. getting everyone on regen. It's taking all of my time. Well done, team. Woo! We beat the Sea Lord in the sea. Without dragging our feet. I'm tired of them screwing up the timings. You did it yourself. Hey man, that's how you do it. All right, I think we're good. Excited. All right. All right, so I think I'm going to go do Costa del Sol, and then we'll go from there. Good game, y'all. That was a good raid. Gonna get breakfast. Go for it, CJ. Thank you for coming, and if you come back, you're more than welcome. We'll love to have you. I appreciate you coming by. See you Sunday. Yep, next Sunday we'll be back. So I'll be streaming the rest of the day. Have a good one, man. All right, what am I doing? Talk about later. Tibet Bridge. Is there a person I'm supposed to be delivering around here? Indicated that there was. This away. Medica 2 for AoE heal over regen. Okay, so the reason I use regen is it constantly keeps everyone topped off. I do have Cure 2 here. Okay. I'm supposed to be delivering to someone around here. Okay, we'll head upstairs. It's weird that it's not letting me know where to go, but that's fine. I like the hand holding. Yeah, it's straight up just not telling me. That's fine. We'll use the map. What's up, Marcette? How you doing? Aren't you a popular lady? You there. Research Assistant 62. Or was it 26? Well, who even cares what number you are? You're late. Late. Hand over my package at once. Here you go. Yes, come to my... What in the seven hells is this? Apricot? If this is your idea of a joke, the next experiment will be to measure how many lightning sparks can fit up your worthless ass. It's, Halbert, Professor? With a silence. Happy to. You should fall to your knees and thank the 12 I deign to address you by any name at all. Now, answer me. What in the name of Nofika's teats am I supposed to do with this rubbish? But I swear, Professor, I placed your order exactly as... This is raw mole meat, Hagano. As for a live mole, living, as in what you won't be when I'm done with you. Research assistant number 832. Time to prove that you're the only one around here worth your weight in gobble droppings. My current research project is a study of the behavior of these troublesome talpids, moles to a layman such as yourself. You need not concern yourself with the specifics of my research, which would be far too beyond your feeble mind. You need only know that I require one live mole pup, and I require it now. The blank stare on your face tells me that you lack even the common knowledge of the royal plantations of Uldar known to be infested with the filthy creatures, and that any half-wit botanist who works there would educate you as to how to capture one. Oh, am I not making myself clear, research assistant number 777? You, the royal plantations, live mole pup, to me, now. All right. Whack-a-mole. All right, let's go. New home point. Down this a ways? Alright, fine. And what's going on over here exactly? Right. Red mage. Gotcha. We won't be doing that for a minute. So, this way is near the royal plantations, it seems. Looking to nab yourself a mole, are you? You'll hear no arguments from me, cute little buggers, but leave them to their own devices, and they're more than happy to eat us out of house and home. Fortunately, they're more belly than brains, simple enough to snag one if you have the right tools. First of all, you're going to want to set this bundle of weeds atop one of their mole holes. Then take this flintstone and set the weeds aflame. Smoke will flood the tunnel, and the moles will come bursting to the surface for a breath of fresh air. Mind you, I said moles, plural. Sorry. Your little pup won't put up much of a fight, but his mother won't be so keen to part with her young. You'd best brace yourself for a fight. Time to set the world on fire. Hold mole. And collect me a mole pup. The bent branch. Research assistant, whatever your number was, I swear to the gods, if you come back empty-handed, I will use you for my next research specimen. It is mole pup. Oh, look at this, a mole pup. Scrawny little runt if I ever saw one. What can I say? My experience with certain research assistants has left me with a soft spot for half-wits, monsters, and ugly things. Oh, don't worry, my misshapen beauty. I'll be very, very, very gentle, apricot. You'll best be taking notes. Die, Falco, and die. Professor, what are you doing to the poor beast?
The seventh hell with you, I say.
Northco's name, Professor. Have mercy. And once again, my hypothesis proves true. Have you never found it strange that despite spending a better part of their lives in tunnels beneath the soil, moles possess unusually large eyes? Of course you haven't, because you possess the mental faculties of dimmer than average dormouse. That doesn't matter. What matters is that I have. My self-styled teacher, Antoinette, posited that their eyes grew large that they might better see their prey in the darkness. But I thought, no, I knew different. I theorized that their eyes, regardless of their size, were nigh useless, that they do not see but rather felt the vibrations around them to identify potential prey and foes. Did you not see how the mole pup, his eyes still shut, squealed and squirmed in abject terror as I rained blows down upon them? Once again it is proven. Antoinette is a fool, that student has surpassed the teacher. I would retain the pup for further study, but I have another mole that has outgrown its usefulness. Consider it yours. What should you do with it? How should I know? Burn it, vivisect it, skin it, eat it as for all I care. Just get it and yourself out of my sight. Research calls. I have a new minion. Level up. Up. Tin carrier level 6. With your successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has grown. Okay, well, clearly, we need to set this mole pup to use. You can now summon the mini-mole minion. Mini-mole! But of course. Alright. Speaking of which, let's swap out minions. Who will it be this time? A Caboose Routling. Very nice. Alright. Give me a moment, I'll be right back. Oh. All right. You said Medica. I just saw you said Medica 2 instead of Cure 2. I do have Medica 2. I use that for AoE. The regen is just to keep everyone topped off. All right, Dubious Dancing. To Lanaska. And Camp Bronze Lake. Hold on. Outer Lanoska. That's what I really should be doing. Let's go ahead and set this as our home base. And while we're here, go ahead and do some of these missions. Rubbish for refuse.
So, guys, true to his word, he's halved, yes, cut in two. The 789's ration allotment as punishment for our low yield. I am starving, ravenous, famished, starving. What is a hungry kobold to do? Work harder, you say? That sounds tiring, grueling, taxing, tiring. I have a better plan, yes, a better plan I have. Scraps of ore near Iron Lake, I saw. I'm too tired to pick them up, but not you. No, not you. You shall gather them up and take them to Camp Overlook, yes. Tell the officer you stole them from the naughty kobolds. As reward, you get tasty food, which you can bring to Bozu. Let me feast, gobble, gorge, feast.
There's such thing as a free lunch.
That unfairness, injustice, iniquity, unfairness of it all. With the 789th goes famished, starving, hungry, famished. Zoga and his cronies feast on lunch pots packed, yes, so packed with tasty treats. A single one could feed a entire dig for a week. Should Zoga and his hard-working cronies get all the rewards? No, 100 times no. Yes, our tummies are rumbling, grumbling, mumbling, rumbling, as much as theirs. Why, I have a notion, a thought, a mind, a notion, to walk right over to Iron Lake and snatch one of these, or three, for myself. But walking is hard work, yes, and your legs are much longer than mine.
Know your place. 79th Order has appealed.
The scoundrels, rogues, knaves, scoundrels. It is unforgivable. No, it will not be forgiven. For so long, yes, so many moons. They rival us at the bottom of the ranks. The hind, the rear, the bottom. Now they've risen all the way to 596. And do you know how they've done this? Through effort. Effort and honest work now to gall, nerve, insolence, gall. Even now they dig day and night at the vein. So affords ore by the tons, more ore than 789 sees in a year. This shameless ambition must be stopped. Bago knows what to do, yes. You must seek Bago. Bago always knows.
All right, let's go sabotage your rifles. You guys are the worst. Lazy kobolds are the best, I guess.
Bazo would make big booms with 589th Order dig. Send them plummeting down the ranks. Diving, plunging, plummeting. Bago likes this plan. Yes, likes it much. And will you help? Bago likes you too. Yes, Bago likes you so much, he will lend you some of his beauties, and you will treat them gently, sweetly, kindly, gently. Bago will give you smoldering stones. Find some you want to go boom. Place smolder stones close and step back. Yes, stand clear. Release Bago's beauties. Savor smell of chaos. Relish. Enjoy. Savor. But Bago does not help you with that condition. No. After beauties go boom, you must enter flames and come out of one of their cores. Bago needs all the cores he can get to build more beauties. Yes, make more things go boom. Yes. Make many, many booms.
Meow. Grab some worthless ore while we're here. And what can be done over here? Quick. set fire to their supplies.
Leave those alone, yes. You do not touch. Dago will crush us, smash us, squash us. You, what are you doing there? Stop, stop. We toiled long and hard for those labored, troubled, toils.
We shall find a way. Now let's back away to the safe location. And do smart bombs. Kablooey. Grab some embers. Oh.
What are you doing? You need those.
Got the return to the heat from among the embers. Lavish lunch pod. Grab one. Grab some worthless ore. And then more food from the lavish lunch pot. And more from this one. Quartermaster. What's this? Plundered some precious metal from the kobolds you donate to our cause. Yes, this is what they had. Aye, the Maelstrom is fortunate indeed to have capable allies like... Oh, Beargun's buttocks. It must be the sorriest dregs of war I've ever had the misfortune of laying my eyes on. Your reward? How about this? I'll give you some leftover scraps from last night's dinner, and you'll promise to go away and not waste any more of me time. Deal?
Margot's beauties make beautiful booms, yes. And you have present for Boga. yes, you do.
My bomb core.
Such a lovely core. Yes, Bargo's next batch of beauties will be beautiful indeed, won't they? Yes, they will. And you're still here. Go back to Bozu. And leave me to my lovelies, my beauties, my darlings, my lovelies.
Time to turn out all this stuff. Rubbish for refuse.
You brought my meal, yes, Tenny, you have. Bozu's belly rumbles. rumble so loud it almost caused a cave-in, a collapse, a rockfall, a cave-in.
Here, have some rotten vegetables.
Oh, this is meal to savor, relish, delight, savor. Yes, yes, it is as Gigu always says. No treat is tastier than that earned by the effort of others.
Tried and true one, almost complete.
I smell what I think I smell. Yes, yes, I believe I do.
Here's the lunch pot.
Freshly plucked lava toad legs, earthworms that still wriggle and squirm. Oh, this is more than a meal. It is a feast, a banquet, a spread, a feast for the senses. Assembling the delights of his peers inspire Bogu to work harder. Oh, no, never. Why would it, when I have long-legged friends like you?
Battle quest complete.
Adventure has done well. Yes, he has done. Blasts and bursts were heard all the way from here. Yes, they were heard. 586 will learn that hard work is futile, pointless, fruitless, futile. Well, will they learn the lesson? Yes, a lesson we learned long ago. Should they ever forget this lesson, we must return to play teacher, mentor, instructor, teacher. Yes, this is what you do. Yes. Bozu can trust you.
Okay. Travel quest complete. So we've got a decent reputation with the kobolds, good reputation with the Ixal, okay reputation with the Sahagin, and then Silfs and Amoja we're still working on. And to deliver the contract to the Vigorous Dancer out of the Moscow.
Smoothskins shun my dance. My dancers dance of vigor and virility.
It is training, good friend.
Paper for Mamuja? Mamuja do not want paper. Mamuja wants freedom. Freedom to dance. Why does no one understand? Smoothskin wants me to dance. Is this some kind of trick to take my coin? No trick. Smoothskin pays coin for Mamuja. Going to dance, Mamuja dance. Do I dream? Do Smoothskins finally understand? Too long has Mamuja custom been mocked. Too long have Mamuja hips been fettered. But no more. Smoothskin shows kindness to Mamuja. Mamuja repays kindness. Shares proud Mamuja tradition with all. Traditional Mamuja bathing dance will be shunned no more. Today, Costa del Sol. Tomorrow, the realm.
Mamuja, let's see. I have a word for Mamuja. Yes. Alright. I was just being extra blubbery Churchill for the wrong voice. It's okay.
Mamuja will clean his body with bronze lake where water is warm and sights are stimulating. But Smoothskins have small hearts and narrow minds. Baguja will go west to the little house where Baguja can bathe in peace.
Alright. Quite know what I'm looking for around here. Okay. Let's just take a second to figure out what the heck I'm even doing in here. Upamuzzle Mines, is that where I am? Yes, the Ugamore Mines. Okay. Time-worn Tyrus from a treasure coffer. That's what I'm trying to do here. Likely it's actually at that very end of the wall. There it is. Full metal options. Yeah, if I don't have to do that, I'm not gonna. Go for the stolen foodstuffs. Someone Tyrus to Geralt. What else is there to do here? Go around all this cobalt stuff. That's very absolutely filthy. Speak with the Bagel Jah at the Hermit's Hovel. There he is.
You're not like other smoothskins who shun Mamulja. Bagulja is pleased. Bagulja likes little house. Water is warm, smoothskin is Bagulja to himself. But enough talk. Soiled body needs cleansing, but Mamulja must not wash his own body. This, too, is Mamulja way. Smoothskin, take water, pour over Mamulja's body. 1, 2, 3 times. Body cleansed, muscles loose. Bagulja will be ready to dance.
Here, have some spring water.
Ah, water warm flows through for me. Sweat and grime washes away. Muscles loosen, joints limber, an uncontrollable urge wells from within. I can contain it no longer. Bagulja must move. Bagulja must dance. Smoothskin performs cleansing ritual as good as any Mamulja. Bagulja has never felt so alive. Let us leave your master urges you. I will dance my dance as never before.
All right. All right, so let's get off of this and do some more dubious dancing. And do whatever else catches our eye in the area. Irijiru. Ah, there you are. I must say our new dancing master made quite a first impression. I've already taken the liberty of introducing him to the girls. Costa del Sol should be the forefront in artistic revolution. I can see the tourists flocking in, hearing the clinking of their ample coin purses. At any rate, lessons should be getting started any moment now. For all you've done, you're more than welcome to look on. That is okay. I don't need to watch. You will have dance party for the wedding, yes? This is rather terrifying. Lowenhart, you return. I feared you might have ended up a tasty snack for the crazed head of cabbage. You found your stolen foodstuffs. The stolen foodstuffs. You've saved my hide today. Oh, and I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Garagumo is quite particular about his seasonings. Oh, come. Can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before.
That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion. It's time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us.
God, the peppers have changed color.
What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foe. A gentleman must needs investigate.
Striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Lowenhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate. But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant purplish blue or bluish purple. The two colors are really quite similar when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. And that's, of course, he's wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. The charade is up. After that man.
It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu. The fiend must be brought to justice.
You can run, but you can't.
Aha! If you thought you could outstrip us, this Mandeville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest.
done in by a snipper. Fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let us see what lies beneath the mask. Hmm? Oh, where am I? And who are you people?
Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence. Should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered bones, scrolls, or broken bones.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella! I must find her at once. Oh, my head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Lewenhart. I swore on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the impostor was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely that he has time to thoroughly research his new target. More importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We need simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present.
An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Lewenhart back to the estate, and there we shall ensure Miss Arabella's safety.
I found you, my little ones. Let me guess. You seethed with anger at those who took away what was yours. Then it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours. The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? The Hidden Falls. Golden hour, perfect time for a lesson in dancing.
Master Yegoju, other smooth-skinned shun Mamoja tradition, but you welcome us with open arms. Mademoiselle will not forget this kindness. Agal will be the greatest dancing master Costa del Sol ever knew. Traditional Mademoiselle bathing dance is dance of pleasure, dance of life-giving. Every lift of leg, every sway of the hips is sacred. When you dance Mademoiselle bathing dance, you will summon vitality from the very depths of your soul.
Do you hear that, girls? I'm paying you good coin for this. Don't be shy up there.
Yes, Master Kagurujuru. We'll be waiting the whole lives for this chance. We won't let you down.
Prepare yourselves. We begin. Hurrah, hurrah. Mademoiselle have hips. Hips must sway. Hurrah, hurrah. Mademoiselle have hips. Hips must thrust. Mademoiselle, hurrah. Mademoiselle is man like all men. Hurrah, hurrah. All women like all women.
What is he? God, brilliant. Utterly brilliant. Now this is a dance to delight even the most mature and discerning of... Now where did everyone run off to? And you, are you feeling quite all right?
I do not understand, Master Kagurujuru. Mademoiselle only danced as Master asked me to dance.
Pay no mind with the reaction of my servants. I suspect they're simply overwhelmed by the sheer wonder of the spectacle laid before them. This, sadly, is the common plight of artists who are ahead of their time. That said, it's perhaps best if we part ways, at least for the time being. Rest assured that you will receive full compensation for your services, as will you, Titan's Bane.
Lesson. It was a good one.
Ah, here. Hello, Arabella. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the castle estate at once. Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I'm a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers.
Lovely though these flowers may be, they are unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Please call me Hilde.
The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of the many-faced thief true?
I fear they are, Miss Arabella. And still, be still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildebrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear, on the Mandeville name.
The gods smile on me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion. Oh, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vons. I've not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is. It might as well be a golden shackle. Miss Arabella, you must not say such things.
An arranged marriage to a youth you've not even met. Unconscionable.
Father says this marriage must happen, for it is the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don. Maybe, if I may be bold, milady, would it be correct in assuming that you and your father are not yet related by blood? Or not related by blood? Yet, that's a weird word to put there. Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though a servant rather than as a son. You may think Father a cold, miserly man, but to me he's a man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vons. if that will make Father happy.
You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You're a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you could spend the rest of your days.
If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. Anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. Quest complete. What's up, Hildebrand? The maiden's virtue hanging in the balance, Hildebrand must hasten back to Costa del Sol.
We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Mandeville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art I would impart upon you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that, once our foe in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt he shall prove as invaluable as your adventures as it has been in my investigations, or failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me.
Back to Costa del Sol we shall go. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Hello, Redline OO. I do enjoy Final Fantasy XIV. This is my first run through with it. I am currently going through some of the gentlemanly thingy-mabobbers for the investigations. Briarden.
Inspector Briarden, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation?
I have canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. It'll be the lady.
Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll soon find out if her beauty is truly a match for our own.
There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage.
But Inspector Vons and his family will not take kindly to
his betrothal's absence. It's worth doing because you will need to be up to date later. Very nice.
This is nothing of my concern.
Perhaps, besides doubtless, the inspector here will think of something.
Me? And what do you propose?
You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up or the like? You know, like you always do.
Inspector Briarden, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Vons. Yes, for the sake of my maiden, or this maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done.
Poor Sops lacks even the wits to know that he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Well, not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying around. Perfect. Pieter, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Okay, let's get this one finished off. Doing all of the missions that are nearby is got a couple of them mixed up, but it's fun.
Ah, you've returned. Have you any idea what all this shrieking and retching was about? I, for one, found Balbajar's gyrations positively captivating.
I was eagerly anticipating the sight of my fair maidens performing this treasure of Mamoja tradition, but alas, once again the common folk prove incapable of appreciating my heightened aesthetic sensibilities. And yet, while I'm a lover of the fine arts, I'm an even greater lover of coin. The highest form of art in the world means nothing to me without an audience, a well-paying audience. As such, I've made the most heart-rending decision to annul Master Bubblejaw's contract effective immediately. In return, I compensated them with a healthy sum and a one-day pass to the springs at Bronze Lake. I don't foresee this being a problem, do you? That said, the sheer unbridled passion which the Bubblejah possesses for the act of bathing is truly a sight to behold. Were only this passion shared by the average Eorzean. Ah, what fortunes could be had. Quest complete. Level up. Obtain carrier level 7. With your successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has grown. Hooray! Alright. Enough this a ways. Garoju Minor Retainer. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived, I must simply look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them what you will. Now let's just walk over there. It's not far away. Okay, so is she wearing gloves? She is not. Greetings, friend. Oh, what's that you have for me? It's some servant's garb for you. Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, when the thief's still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into these clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. You're wearing gloves. Isn't that interesting? But the ceremony, Father will be furious, and Lord Vaughn. We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens, and I almost succeeded. We cannot exercise through enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. Lewin, if my father heard you say such things, I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I put your life in danger. But besides, we will have not one, but 2 skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until your fiend is brought to justice. Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Pieta, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now, let us return before the festivities begin. Thank you. Something crazy is probably about to happen. Probably just now gave her to the thief person. Maybe she's going to be traded out now? Who knows?
Ah, you return. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vaughn at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you?
It will give you a breathtaking dress.
Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it. But worry not. I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Van before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Master Inspector Brereton and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities?
We shall do this.
Curses, how am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates, it is an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa de Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Bruguère Consortium and the East Alenard Trading Company.
We trust you've been enjoying the food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation.
A Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vaughn will be the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yoltonato Saitana, honored guests, it is a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son, Vaughn, future chair of the Bruguère Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gegeromu of the East Alenard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows here today, that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new opportunity of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. And it'll be the assistant to Hildebrand. Damn you, Hildebrand Mandeville, you had one job.
She's beautiful.
Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride, after all. Nope. It is him. My God. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. Manderville man? He didn't even shave.
My sun and stars, yes, 1,000 times yes, I am yours and shall be forevermore.
What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Oh, not quite what I expected, but I suppose it serves our purposes.
Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance. Have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vaughn, or shall I call you by another name, the thief of many faces.
Hey. Me? The thief? Are you mad?
It appears that my masterful deductions have proven beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well. Allow me to elucidate. While there's not a soul in the realm who's not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there were 2 men here in Costa de Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Gegeromu, and her steward, you or not. And you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vaughn, you were to have your first glimpse at your bride-to-be today. Considering this light, do not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural. Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces.
We're just going to go with it.
And anyone else with half their wits about them?
Uh-oh.
How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in Gaul and throw away the key. Arabella, think the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. Yes, he does indeed have gloves on. Glove in his right hand. Could it be? The necklace, the priceless necklace. Oh, that man is a fool. What would have behooved you to listen to him? Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine.
That's the thief. Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him.
Mandragoras are now taking him on.
Hey there. You came all this way for me. You love me. You really, really love me.
As it should be.
Did he pull that off?
The attention is most flattering, but I have taken what I came for, and now I must away. My lords, my ladies, until we meet again.
She's laughing.
Yeah, she's having a great time at her wedding.
Where's the groom?
I don't know. He wasn't there because he was being replaced by the thief.
But the groom's dad was there.
Mm-hmm. The groom is bound and gagged somewhere. I hear the real Vond was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, my lady? The banquet was more exciting than I could have ever hoped for. Vaughn and his father are furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it's for the best. I will find my own way to make Father happy by living my life as I would see fit. It is you, Inspector Hildebrand, who taught me this lesson.
Oh my.
For the love of God, someone find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end he took only her neckpiece. Now that you mention it, Master Gigarumu told me that the clasp when it first arrived, engraved with the mark of the sun goddess, it is one of the most treasured pieces of the Bergère collection, known by many as Azuma's virtue. The maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. There it comes.
Dope.
Oh. Oh, that's... That poor creature.
Yep. Over here, Inspector. It says made you look. Ah! The fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. Huh. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once. He may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree one can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words. When next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably, the Phantom Thief. Most certainly.
Well, how did you get it right?
Yeah. Dumb luck. Yeah. Quest complete. The Parlay minigame is now available. You've unlocked the Parlay minigame. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you, but entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by... Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by opening the toy chest in any inn room.
There you go.
It only took me 4 tries.
Maybe they needed to put it.
The victor goes a priceless treasure. With the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day?
Hildebrand will return in the Colosseum conundrum.
I like how they're previewing the next episode.
Yep. Look, it's Inky Doo. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one at the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. Toy chest. You've acquired a toy chest containing several mini-games. Visit an inn room to try your hand at these popular Eorzean pastimes. What's up, Ellie? Ellie has the latest information on the Phantom Thief's target. Pieter, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor's spoils that our many-faced friend has his sights set on. Have you looked in the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Fergus will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Finnegas, stands on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he would buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With this position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. My colleague Galanon is in Ul'dah, covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Stroking the haft.
Oh my!
The deputy post Moogle entrusts you with a package in the Stilson Little Solus addressed to the Long One. Speaking of the Weaver's Guild. What's up, Ganelin? Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. He's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? If it isn't the Mithril Eyes Star Reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There are strange things afoot in the Colosseum. Well, it's a travesty, I tell you. Hutch, Hugh, and Hamo. Whatever's the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? Four of you will compete for a cup together, yes? I fear for the unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap, my arse, this was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my sublagar. Oh, your voice, Hutch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, forgive your incompetent and unworthy comrade. If I'd been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mandervilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and each one to ring out over Sagalil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What unfortunate colored sublagar that man has.
The paint?
Yes. Mantravilles. Aye, as the Hutchin tells it, they took their name from the training partner they met at the Fist of Ralgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. His talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With a list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge, gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum halls. I'll send word to the gentleman, Yuyuba, who owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two.
I can almost guess what kind of person the names are.
Indeed. Splendid. Come, Pieter. We have a case to crack. Inside the steps of Ulda, or Thon, or whatever. So we'll get this taken care of, and also the delivery.
Is it a Wallafab? Yes.
Yuyubaya. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you are free to enter.
You did on a while, so.
Does that voice if they're male?
Yeah.
The Garth voice if they're female. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing. You know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping to ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney.
Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself, ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you see me complaining, providing someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his subligar. Look, we've got ourselves another. Those two aren't in the entry books.
And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook to the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Brereton, as efficient as ever, I see.
A true gentleman. Excuse violence, Inspector.
You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dow Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief.
I was wondering when you may ask. Master Fergus has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Colosseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll ever find outside of Karn. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at either. But I don't care how many faces he's got. We've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night.
Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't got all day.
Yeah. I fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof have I got that you aren't the Mr. Many Faces and another of its elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thin as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee.
Give me a moment, will you? I've only got 8 arms, or were they legs?
He called. I'm just about to give a lovely reveal of a grand tour.
Inspector Hilrad, look, he's purple.
Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case. Oh, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. Sorry, wrong voice. That's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of my many bizarre creatures born of the recent experiment with ancient incantations of the Thaumaturges Guild. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, just as he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs around the Colosseum. I'm ever glad they did. I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tendrils around her. Oh, yes.
I do not know who you are, where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. Only one who can claim the victor's spoils, and that is me.
I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who is the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Abby? The gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them. I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to...
Peter Krolinsk will be entering the tournament on my behalf.
Huh?
Peter Krolinsk? You do look like a Krolinsk. Well, bugger me with a spear. To see the day when a warrior of light stood in the Colosseum. Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of gil pouring into the coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along, too. Show him where to sign, Uti. Alti.
With Pietro, I suppose we have a good chance as any. Now, we just need to make sure he doesn't come down with some curious injury.
Not Gladrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say.
I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed more knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu. The investigation is afoot.
As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Pieter here safe? Let us return to Galnomon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks of the combatants.
Very well. I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at the first opportunity. Well.
Okay. Nope. Let's just use the fast travel. The Weaver's Guild. Unbergt. How many times must I tell you? Garments such as these might be fit for an ordinary man, but Hundbergt Langhaft is no ordinary man. Hells, what is keeping my package? I have your package for you, sir. My silk. At last. Now this is more like it. Feel for yourself, so soft and pliant. A fabric that truly breathes. This of Sylph make, you see. A merchant I met at Highbridge sang its praises, and I simply had to experience it for myself. Your puzzled expression does not escape me. But Longhaft, you protest. Many a tale have I heard of your blade and the consummate skill with which you yield it. What use could a virile swordsman such as yourself have with such a delicate, even feminine fabric? An astute question, which I will answer with a question of my own. You strike me as one who knows your way around a battlefield, yes? Suppose you are the commander of a formidable unit, one akin to a great machine. Now, suppose this same unit was somehow constrained, forced to do battle in cramped quarters. Would your unit be able to realize its full potential in such uncomfortable conditions? Verily not. Only when given room to breathe will the Croissant unit swell and expand over the battlefield, and then, upon reaching the full extent of its power, thrust forth and penetrate your opponent's defenses. Do you grasp my meaning? And so I will commission my garment to be made from this silk. And yet, my unit is not merely my own. No, the skilled hands under my command see to it that my machine remains well oiled. 2 of these hands accompanied me here to Uldan, and it would seem that they have eluded my grasp, or I have eluded theirs. Might you be a good lad and find them for me? Those are sapphire eyes. Sapphire eyes. That first earring I saw would look lovely on my captain, but so would that other one. Oh, God. Why does shopping have to be so goddamn difficult? Oh, you don't need to scare me like that. I'm a brass blade in service to Captain Honkbert, better known as Honkbert Longhaft. No doubt you've heard the tales. None can deny the captain cuts a dashing figure, but I would give him a gift to further bring out his beauty. What say you, adventurer? Do any of these fine ornaments catch your eye? I would say the sapphire ring. Why, I thought the same myself. Oh, some find sapphires cold, but they do not understand that beneath this cool exterior sleeps a wellspring of passion as deep as the ocean, a passion tempered by maturity and reason. Not coincidentally, it's also the color of my eyes, which the captain has often admired during late nights manning the control room at Highbridge, as I stroked the lever and admired its workmanship. There are those in the brass blades who do not understand the captain, those who say his exploits on the battlefield do not warrant the sizable reputation he's amassed. I know not which battlefield they speak of, but as someone who has witnessed his swordplay firsthand, I can assure you that the reality far exceeds even the tallest of tales. Speaking of the captain, whatever has he run off to? I must deliver my gift before Emily does, lest she be the one invited to work the lever tonight. What? Well, I'm just going to let that pass. Let's continue. Hi, kitty. My ruby eyes. Oh. So many. Let's see. So many potions of myriad powers and potencies. Surely one must serve to further harden the captain's resolve. Well, don't frighten me like that. I was just shopping for a suitable present for my captain. You've heard the tales of the Longhaft, I presume. That, though you know that he is naturally endowed with both size and stamina, still, I would see how alchemical innovation might enhance his already prodigious talents. Do any of these files intrigue you, adventurer? Ah, the ruby red potion of stamina. Oh, that one stood out to me as well. Red is, after all, the color of passion, and few men are more passionate than my captain. It stands to reason that red is his favorite hue. I might humbly note that it's also the color of my eyes. He's often praised their beauty along during our nights together in the control room at Highbridge, where he often summons me to lubricate the lever. He says my supple fingers are most suited to the task. In the past, the captain shunned alchemy in all of its forms, claiming he had no need for unnatural enhancements. Recently, however, I remarked that his blade, already renowned across Eorzea, might reach legendary stature with the right help, and he seemed suitably aroused by the idea. Oh, but I simply must be getting back. Just imagining the captain alone with her is enough to send shivers up my tail. Just me minding my own business.
They certainly choose the right one.
Yes, they're having a lot of fun with their word choice. Ataja and Imaji are exchanging heated words. The mere suggestion that our captain partake in alchemical enhancements is an insult, not merely to him, but to the gods that endowed him with such a natural talent. Ha! Says the one who would see him adorn his body with gaudy trinkets. Do you even understand the true measure of a man? Ungrateful wretch, you're not worthy to polish the captain's blade. It's a cat fight.
It's a cat fight between twins?
Between two cat girls.
They look like twins.
They do. Captain, you always praise the way I calibrate your lever. You called me an engineer. Captain, you said no machinist in the realm could keep your parts oiled as I do. Cease this senseless bickering, the both of you. You each have served me long and served me hard. Surely you realize by now that there are more than enough men to go around. And while I welcome your sentiments, I have no need for shiny baubles or motley brews. The gods have seen fit to endow me well. I would fight my battles on my own merits.
Oh.
Besides, there are more important matters at hand. Before you two came in, I had just been informed that my garments were ready. Prepare yourselves. What say you, Ataja?
So dashing, so handsome, so form-fitting. I feel the flames of passion welling up from within. Do promise me to wear that the next time you summon me to the control room, yes?
For you, my love, anything. But we have only just begun. What say you, Amajui?
The broad chest bursting forth, those bulging biceps. My captain, these garments show you the god of virility that you are. My only regret is that I cannot quite see under the belt.
All in good time, my love. Now do you see? There's more than enough man oh, no. Huckleberry is no mere man. For within me rages a beast that will be contained no longer. Behold, do you know that this furry snow creature is legendary for its stamina and the sheer size of its manhood? Now tell me, ladies, what would you like for Starlight this year?
You, my captain, and nothing but you.
That's what I thought you'd say. Now, if you've gotten over your silly little cat fight, I believe it's time we went on our way. For even as we speak, bandits and brigands would target innocent merchants who travel through Highbridge. Fear not, ladies. There will be time enough for pleasure when the battles have been won.
Yes, sir.
If you thought of it being the long haft was all about sweet pleasure and bliss, you'd best think again. Prone to bouts of sibling jealousy, those two. But they're good girls at heart, all the more admirable considering their origins. Stolen from their parents when they were just babies and sold into a trade where no woman deserves to go. My unit found and freed them, but sadly the brass blades are not in the habit of taking in children. Granted their freedom, they made their living on the streets, where many turned to selling their bodies. They honed their smarts and their fighting skills. When they returned to me years later as women grown, strong and beautiful, I swore that I would have them. In my regiment, that is. That they know how to properly sheathe my blade is an extra benefit, albeit a most welcome one. And with that, I must return to my post. Thank God that's over. Level up. Yep. You attain carrier level 8. Successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has grown. Alrighty then. Steps of Nald. Looks like we are going to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Or near it, I should say. What's up, Gadalon? Look, I know you're a warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take chances. Be on your guard, Pieter. You again? I already told you that... What? Ended the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So, I've been asking her out. And it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist Guild. Why not pay him a visit? Alright, so it is 11 o'clock. I need to get lunch. So I'm going to stop here, and we will pick this up after lunch. So, thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you again, have a wonderful day.